Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the second part of this Fiero maintenance video. You may notice that I am missing something. My hair is gone, but some time has passed since the first video where we replaced the brake and the rotor, and we've come into another issue with the Fiero. It's with our shifter. Now, we've always had some issues with this. First through fourth are totally fine, but getting into fifth gear is usually pretty tough, and reverse takes some finagling. Recently, we've run into the issue where it will not go into reverse at all. Like, we have the clutch all the way down. You're trying to get over to reverse, nothing happens. So I've done some research on the forums, and apparently because of this car's mid-engine layout, obviously, right? You have the engine behind you, then you have the transmission behind you, you have your shifter up here. So you've got some long, complicated linkaging going underneath this, right? You have the fuel tank at the bottom, then you have the linkaging, then you have all of this stuff on top of it, which runs all the way back to the transmission. Now, apparently that can get super stiff when it's not oiled properly, and after a bit, it gets really hard to get it through the gears. Another issue could be the clutch fluid is low. Now, I checked it, it's not too low, it's like normally where it would be, and I don't think it's the clutch fluid because you don't hear any grinding. Normally, at least from my research, when you're trying to put it in gears with low clutch fluid, the gears kind of grind as they go between. I'm not getting any grinding, the shifter itself just won't go into reverse. So I'm going to try to take this stuff apart and lubricate it, and hopefully that will solve the issue. Now, bear in mind, I am no local mechanic, but I'm going to try my hand at this. I've watched some videos, I've gone on some forums. Now, if I do everything wrong, please let me know in the comments, but this is, something I've wanted to do, and so I'm going to try and take this apart and fix the problem myself. So this will be interesting, and I hope you enjoy. So, first things first, we need to get all of this stuff out of the way. Now, we can't just unscrew the top of the shifter here. We can take that off. Now, we can slide the boot. Yeah, this will come off with the whole center console, then we don't actually have to take the boot off. Now, in order to get to the screws to take this out, you have to take out my dual ashtrays, which have been repurposed for change, and we have some screws under here. Now, I've already got my tool here. Now, bear in mind, our toolbox we have in our garage, I don't think I've ever used before, so I have no idea where anything is, and it will take me quite a while to find all the tools. I'm a genius. Lefty. Put that in the ashtray. There you go. Oh, actually, while I have all this apart, something I might be able to see, my, and this should go right off. There we go. My power mirror switch is broken. I don't have power mirrors. Now, thankfully, they are just where I would want them, but those don't actually work. Maybe I can look at that too while all this is apart. Alright, and there you can see the shifter, yeah? Pretty cool. Alright, now we got some more of these screws here. Looks like these are all the same, which is quite nice. That makes everything easier for me. I can remove this electrical panel here. A coin! Ah, I got a nickel. Yes. Ha! I'm smart. Yeah, there's my power mirror switch. I bet you I could replace that if I had the part, of course. Now here you can see, right, some of the throttle linkaging. This is your shifter up here, of course, and you can see the linkaging here and here, which takes it back to the transmission. So that runs all underneath my center console back there. So you can see a little bit of it. Now I'm going to take it apart some more to expose more of it. But yeah, that's the linkaging right there. I'm a mechanic. We are neutral right now, but that's... Hold on, let me get the clutch down. That's the sound, yeah, so... So, you can see, it's not cooperating with me here. So something's wrong. Now, these components here could be the issue. Is this just... Well, what do you know? My cigarette lighter here is still attached. There's a lot of stuff back here, and I'm sure it's very important. More tools. This is why old cars is great. Like, this is really easy so far. Why couldn't they have just used screws? Why they gotta make life hard and make them not screws? This Allen wrench is too big. Okay, now, I have got this entire box of Allen wrenches. Let's hope that one of these fits. Not that one, too big. Ha! It fits. Second try. Yes. Nice. This panel comes out, and now we have screwdrivers. Okay. Alright. We've got my little snap-on screwdriver, which is too small, but I could make it work. Now, when I forget how to put this back together, I have a video that I can go watch. Very nice. Now this can just, yep, slip through there. And this entire console, it's free. Check that out. Oh, you actually have insulation in here. Okay, now, we got a lot of very important things here. And I don't know what they do, but they are blocking my linkaging here. You can see a bit more. Now this is the tough part to get out from the video I was watching. Now I don't think I have to remove all of this, but a good portion of it will need to come out. Because this black piece here, this goes all the way up in here. I would have to remove this entire face here to get to everything. But if that's what needs to be done, then I might have to do that. The question is the stiffness coming from up here with just the shifter, or is it coming from back here somewhere where it goes into the transmission? It just doesn't want to go this way. This is just wiring. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of wanting to take out everything here. I don't really want to do that. Well, all or nothing. Let's do it. We'll take this out. That's the Allen wrench again. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yep. Check that out. There's my air vents. Man, I'm gonna have to take the radio out and the climate control stuff out. The battery has been disconnected, so we can continue to work on this stuff. Try and get this center console out now. Oh, that's not good. Alright. There we go. Nice. Okay, so I don't have to take the radio out. That's good. It's out. Ah. Oh. I see. Okay. Oh, and I need an engine. There we go. Now the nice thing is all these screws appear to be universal, so the majority of them are the same size, which makes things a lot easier as far as putting it back together, which I do plan on doing. It lifts up like that, you know, but then we got all these pieces in here. Why is that one piece? Oh no. Here's what I'm seeing from my perspective. Now this is your center tunnel, right? Now I want to get under this, okay? Ooh. Ignore that. You can see some of the linkaging under here, all right? I want to get all this exposed and make sure, actually, you know, I can probably just see it fine as is. In order to take this piece out, right, you can see it's all connected. All of this is connected all the way up into here. This is all the same piece. Now, in order to get this out so that I can see under here, I would need to remove this whole metal section here, which is also supporting my top gauges, in order to get this plastic piece out, because all of this running the entire length is one plastic piece. Who designed that? Alright, I'm gonna take this part off here. Okay, so there are my extra gauges. Go up there. Well, here's my radio. Okay, so we have diagnosed the problem. All right, I've removed all of this. This section is now free, finally. But here's what the problem is. If you come closer, you can see this cable right here, okay? This normally hooks into this pin here. This cable is jammed, all right? That's what controls your side-to-side motion. This cable no longer goes back and forth, which is your select cable. Your shift cable is forward to backward, your select cable is side to side, and that is totally jammed, which is why we weren't able to get it over into reverse. So we need to replace this cable, which is quite a job. We have the parts now, and we're going to work on that today. Okay, so progress update. This is the end of my select cable. We had to cut this off, but right, this is what connects to the shifter. You have this ball on here, which on my new cable would go right here. We unscrewed it off, but it didn't come off on this one, so we had to cut it off in order to get it through the firewall. We also got this special, I guess, gasket here that plugs into the firewall, which again, we couldn't get off this piece here, so we had to slide this off. So now what we're doing is we're disconnecting the other end of this, and we can pull the remaining bit of cable right through the firewall, and then we just attach this end back to the transaxle, run this end through the firewall, put the plug on it, put it in the firewall, screw everything back in, and then we're good to go. Come over here, you can see beneath my engine here is the transaxle. This linkage here is what shifts gears basically. This is the cable, if you can see it, I don't know if you can. This cable here is what the shift cable is. That's the other end of the cable we're trying to get out. That connects to this bracket, see, so that moves that up and down. This moves it side to side, that's how you select gears. So this bolt went into that bracket. Alan tries to start the cord, there it goes. So the ball clips onto this so it still has good rotation. Now we used Alan's magical tool, if you haven't seen our last video, and we were able to pop that right out because we need this to then go into our new cable. So now all we need to do is take this cable, pull it out of the firewall, and then thread our new one through, reattach both ends, and hopefully it'll work. Success! We have done half of the work. So this is the end part of the cable that is out of the car now, and as you can see, this does not move at all. This was the problem. This was totally jammed up. Alan did not help with this part.
I called it.
Well, yeah, you diagnosed the issue. So this is the original installation that was over the cable. It's seen better days, but it's 34 years old. What are you going to do? Okay, so update. We have the cable pretty much installed. This is our select cable. We have it running through the firewall and it's connected at the transaxle the other end. You run it through and connected it at our clip here. And now we're just attaching it to our shifter. And that should be all attached. Then all we have to do is completely reassemble my center console, but that should be the easy part. Okay, so we have success in attaching our new cable. This is it here, runs all the way back. It is attached at both ends, and as you can see, we now have side-to-side action, right? First, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and there's reverse. So everything, it moves side to side so much nicer than it ever has when I've owned it. So this is going to be good to drive. But now all we need to do is reattach everything. Okay, we are all assembled. The final piece, my shift arm going on. And there we go. So, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and there's reverse. It's so easy to shift. It has never been this nice, and I'm so incredibly excited. So, let's see how it drives now.